So with the release of highly credible images and specifications of the GoPro Hero 10, and you want to understand what the difference is between that and the GoPro Hero 9, then don't go away. Hey guys, Mike here and welcome back to the channel. Recently we saw some very credible images of the highly anticipated new camera from GoPro, the Hero 10 Black. German website WinFuture and announcements on Twitter from Roland Quant, who did the same last year for the Hero 9 by the way, seemingly offered to us an early unveiling of the new GoPro Hero 10 Black, showing every angle of the new camera and even the packaging, which suggests they may have actually had their hands on the actual product. Although I must stress at this stage it hasn't been confirmed. In this video we'll look at the main differences in the Hero 10 versus the Hero 9, but later we'll also look at what's the same and also the important features that we just don't know about yet. Here they are in no particular order. The new report on the WinFuture website states that the camera will have a new GP2 processor, and we can see that on the packaging too, versus the current GP1 chip in the Hero 9, and that's been in the GoPro cameras for quite a few years. The GP2 chip will reportedly dramatically improve its performance with both resolution and frame rate, which we'll come to shortly. Let's hope it also improves the lagginess of things like the touchscreen, but that remains to be seen. WinFuture claims that the new processor will combine with a new image sensor that will see a slight bump in resolution to a usable maximum of 23 megapixels instead of the 20 megapixels that's found in the Hero 9. It should also be noted that the actual resolution of the sensor itself isn't yet known, as GoPro uses software to digitally crop video feeds in order to make its stabilization work well. For example, the Hero 9 has a 23.6 megapixel sensor, but can only capture the aforementioned 20 megapixel photos. The new processor is expected to allow the GoPro Hero 10 to support 5.3K resolution videos shot at up to 60 frames per second and 4K clips to be shot at up to 120 frames per second. It would also allow for the capture of 240 frames per second at 2.7K resolution. The Hero 9 currently allows 5K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. So the bump in performance, if true, would result in a camera with a lot more capability in slow motion when combined with higher resolutions. The new camera will also come with GoPro's new HYPERSMOOTH 4.0 technology for better image stabilization, although we don't have specific details about it at the moment. The difference between HYPERSMOOTH 2.0 and 3.0 was actually pretty significant. So to have an improvement large enough to give it the HYPERSMOOTH 4.0 label means it must be pretty amazing. No doubt it'll be largely made capable because of the updated processor and maybe the sensor. So all of those things sound amazing. Of course the proof will be in the hands-on pudding when it comes to it, so let's wait and see. There are a bunch of other things off the top of my head that are equally, if not more important, and we don't know anything about them just yet, such as the bitrate, what other modes are available like hindsight, scheduled capture, on-screen shortcuts, touch zoom, and ProTune. We don't know anything about them yet. Also, what lens views and frame rates are available in the other resolutions, such as super view, wide, linear plus horizon leveling, and narrow, as well as what the menu structure will be like. It'll also be really interesting to see how the camera performs in low light conditions. More and more people want not only to use these cameras as action cameras, but vlogging cameras. So performance in low light is really important for those users. As far as the physical dimensions of the camera goes, we're assuming that they're the same, given that the packaging also highlighted that the Hero 10 was mod ready. Therefore, to fit the current media mod frame, common sense says that the size and location of ports, etc. would remain the same as they are on the Hero 9. Given the physical form factor of the unit appears to be the same, we're also assuming, although we don't know, what the battery size will be and whether this will be compatible with the likes of the Hero 9. And as for things that they've carried over from the Hero 9 Black, including things like voice control, 8x slow motion, albeit at a higher resolution, data overlays, super photo, RAW and HDR modes, 1080p live streaming, and webcam mode. Physically, we think it's the same size due to it being mod ready, but yet to be confirmed. But we do see things like its waterproof rating is the same, but also the front and rear screens, square lens attachment, and built-in mounting fingers look to be the same as well. As for what's included with the standard package, these look pretty much the same as well, which includes the camera itself, a battery, handy, a curved adhesive mount, mounting buckle, USB cable, assuming it's still USB-C, a thumb screw, and a case to store it all in. And the elephant in the room is the TIMEWARP function, still the 3.0 version. Now, this is something that may get a firmware bump in the future, but having said that, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. The TIMEWARP function is already pretty amazing, which would be hard to improve on. If you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see here, let me know in the comments section below. But the big question for me, and I know for many of my viewers as well, will be the overall usability and performance of the camera itself. All the upgraded resolutions and specs are one thing, but if the camera freezes, locks up, crashes, or is buggy and laggy, making all of that stuff a waste of time. All of these issues have been pretty well publicized, and I've got absolutely no doubt that the team at GoPro will have been working super hard to make sure they've got them all fixed ahead of the launch of their new product. So we're starting to build a pretty good picture of the main specs of the GoPro Hero 10 and the key differences between this and the Hero 9. There's still a bit from our wish list that's missing though, so check out this video if you want a reminder of the sorts of things people have been hoping for. And it's a big list. Thanks guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.